welcome to the Black and Gold Standard podcast. And just wanted to go on here and talk about that embarrassment of a loss last night to the 2-8 Cleveland Browns. Um, unfortunately, really wasn't surprised. Um, just with Steelers history, they haven't had success with um, coming off a short week playing a division rival. But my thing is, if you want to be a team that move to that next step, this is a game. Some kind of way you got to find a way to win. And I mean, they almost won it, but regardless, that was just a total embarrassment in my book. I don't. It's really no other way to really say anything else about it. Um, the offensive line. Now, to me, a lot of people want to put a lot of blame on Russell Wilson, which I mean he do have some blame, but I feel like right now on the offensive side, the offensive line has really digressed, and part of it is you got two you got two full time rookies in there, so that that has a lot to do with it. Um, you know, just some work needs to be done. I think Dan Moore is really what he is. I think Broderick Jones is having a below the line type of season. So you got major problems on the offensive line, and like I say, the other guys, they're young. They're probably got to that point where they kind of hit the wall, and this is where it's really going to show if um, Pete Myers, offensive line coach, is really worth the money that he's getting paid, because he's really gonna have to get this line back playing. I thought Russell Wilson took some shots last night, and Russ do kind of hold the ball a little bit too long at times, but I thought yesterday, before the weather really got bad, that offensive line was not helping them. But then, to be fair, I think it's a coaching problem also. Um, Sometimes you can't, and I know a lot of teams or a lot of coaching guys that have that mentality of, hey, well, we're not going to change what we do. We just going to keep doing what we do, and that's cool if you got those type players that you can do that. I felt like yesterday, there's no way I would have let Miles Garrett wreck this game. He was the one player on the Cleveland Browns defense that you would have to say, we got a game plan for this guy, and if we're going to get beat by them, it's not going to be Miles Garrett. I don't care if he lined up on the moon. Darnell Washington should have been in front of him the whole play. It should have been explained to Washington that, hey, big guy, you might not get no passes today. Your total job is going to be to help whatever side Garrett is on, to help that tackle and double team this guy. So that I put on the coaches, and honestly, that you had to put on the offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. That guy, I mean, if you look at what teams are doing against TJ Watt, he every play he's fighting through 2-3 guys, and we'll get to that side of the ball, but there's no way I leave Dan Moore on the island or Broderick Jones on the island with Myles Garrett. That's on the coaches. That was a coach's decision, which was, I don't understand it. That was a terrible decision, and it cost them. Um, Other than that, I mean, I want to know, where's Mike Williams? what's going on with that situation. I mean, is it just that he's haven't picked up the offense yet? Because and I get it if that is the case, because people got excited because he made the touchdown catch in his first game, but I get it. That was just a play that, hey, Russ said, hey, run this, and I'm gonna throw it up. So if he's still learning the offense, I mean, hey, I get it, but just weird. Like we need that guy on the field because honestly, you had George Pickens out there and really nobody else. Um, Even though Calvin Austin is he had a decent game, caught a touchdown pass, and in which and I had said I told a friend that Calvin Austin is he's gonna really become a factor here in Cleveland. I mean here because I just like the fact that he I think Russ really is building a relationship with him. And Calvin Austin is going to be a big part of this offense moving forward. But with that said, your big guns got to be obviously Pickens, Mike Williams, and then Austin do his thing coming out the slot, and that's the things that he's good at, and that's what he did last night. You get him matched up on the safety, linebacker, whatever, and that's a mismatch. But I'm kind of done with the Van Jefferson role. I mean, he's a fourth receiver, so he gets what a fourth receiver gets. And that made a nice little play last night. But I just feel like it's time to hopefully get Williams going here in his offense. I just very disappointing. Very disappointing last night. But again, let's kind of go back to that offensive line. And I've always, when I coach high school football, we always had a saying, and I believe this, and I believe it to be the same way in the NFL. We always said for every sophomore and freshman that you play, and when I mean play, I mean like guys that's really getting major time, you can count that as a loss. So if you playing regardless of offense or defense, and you got four freshmen and four freshmen or freshmen and sophomores playing, you can almost guarantee yourself 5 losses. And I believe that, and I truly believe that it's true when you come to the NFL. Obviously, you don't have sophomores and freshmen, but you have rookies. So I believe for every rookie that you play out there, you can count that as a loss. And so right now, I feel like the Steelers they play two rookies on the offensive line. You got Beanie that plays defense, and you have Wilson that plays. So that's four. That's four freshmen. I mean, excuse me, rookies that you play. And when you think about it, you can almost go down the line and pick out a situation where those guys were picked on or whatever, and it contributed to you losing the game. Nothing bad. And when I say this, it's nothing bad against them. It's just learning experience. It's just a learning experience. But unfortunately, this is the way that it kind of works. So I just think right now, the Steelers would have to really, use this mini buy that they got and really get in the lab and get these offensive linemen together. But also, to be fair to those guys, Arthur Smith, you got to do a better job of giving these guys some help, especially and what's that's what's so crazy about it. It ain't really even the rookies per se, but your tackles are terrible right now. Um, like I said, I think Dan Moore, me personally, I think he's playing way better than Jones. But I thought last night you give him help. You put Darnell Washington on his side and forget chipping. You make him Miles Garrett on every play go through two guys. That's what you do. You can't afford to let him wreck the game like he did last night. That was bad coaching, and to me that's coaching malpractice. That was coaching malpractice last night. And you know what? And I'm always down with Mike Tomlin, but hey, you got to keep it 100. And some of that crap that he said in his news conference was BS. That was coaching malpractice last night, and that's just a game that you can't give away. At the end of the day, if you want to get where this team should be able to get, you can't lose a game to a 2-8 team that all you basically had to do was come out there, punch them in the face a couple of times, put a couple of scores on the board, and that team would have laid down. Out of all that stuff that happened last night, they still tried to give you the game, and we couldn't take it. So that's on the coaching. If you really ask me, that's on the coaches, and like I say, that's just coaching malpractice, which happened last night. I thought so. Uh, I just think what Steelers are going to have to do is just kind of reload and get some things straight on the defensive side. Again, I don't know all the schemes that they run, but I have a question. Why TJ Watt is not being moved? Like, I mean, is he just saying he want to just stay in that spot? He don't want to move anywhere? Because to me, if you look what the Browns did, as much success Miles Garrett was having against Dan Moore, they moved him over to the other side. And he on one play he did a loop, came right up the middle, no untouched. So why we can't move TJ in that type of way? So kind of get him away from all these chips and all these double teams, and I just somebody just need to answer that question. I mean, like I say, if he's saying, "Hey, I don't want to move, I want to just be here," and that's what they, I mean, hey, that's what he want to do, then I mean, that's a different situation. But I just got some questions that I need answered. Um, Mika, where is Fitzpatrick at? Where is he at? Like no interceptions in almost 2 years. Um, I don't know if it's a miscommunication, but he got beat on a couple of he got beat on a couple of plays last night. Um, Going back to the Washington game, um, it was one play where I want to say the Steelers probably they had to be in zone. Either the Steelers were in zone or Porter was being very lazy. But it was right after halftime when Washington hit that big play to McCorn. He caught the slant. It almost seemed like Porter said, "Hey, okay." I mean, he caught the ball. I fumbled him inside. Mika is there to make the tackle. And if you really want to watch the film, Porter kind of gave up because he kind of figured like, okay, Mika got him 2 yard reception, move to the next play. and all of a sudden Fitzpatrick missed the tackle, and you see Porter. It's kind of like, oh shoot, and he got to get on his horse to run him down. So again, what is going on with Fitzpatrick? Because right now, Pro Bowler and all that, I don't see it. I mean, you just a regular. You ain't even a regular guy right now. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know if that's the scheme. I thought with the additions that they got, and especially with Sutton coming back, that was going to kind of free him up a little bit. I don't know, because right now he's not doing anything. Um, and like I say, just gonna keep it 100. And right now, it's just not happening. So I just wanted to get on here and kind of just talk about this game a little bit. I mean, it's very depressing. Um, it's a lot of other things that went on in there, but I'm not gonna really get into it right now. But um, just wanted to kind of talk about it and kind of get that off my chest a little bit. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.